Hey, the law ain't done away. Hey, a follower of the way. King Yahusha is the way. Yeah, yeah. Hey, the law ain't done away. Done away, done away. Done away.
Hey, Yaxter.
Yasharal, we the Kadashim progeny. And those curses got us living so lawlessly. We fell into idolatry. Yahusha is the prodigy. Babylon pulled us in the sodomy, pornography. Seed of Satan brought falsity so flawlessly. Deuteronomy told us this was prophecy. Chapter 28 speaks of these atrocities. They try to hide slavery, never offered us apologies. Wrote this album for my people, ain't no stopping me. Modern day Moses and Yahuwah, he is calling me. Censorship ain't stalling me. He gave his laws for all to see. In his kingdom solidly, just harmony. Yahusha the Messiah, yeah, kept the law perfectly. The Lamb of Yahweh wasn't limited to carpentry. Spoke in parables, taught the law so ardently. The Torah made flesh and he lived it so artfully. Messiah kept the law, so it shouldn't be hard to see. Set apart spirit, help the law become a part of me. The narrow road I'm walking is honestly an odyssey. The law ain't done away, that is obviously some mockery. Hey, the law ain't done away. Hey, a follower of the way. Hey, King Yahusha is the way. Yeah. Hey, the law ain't done away. Done away, done away. Hey, hey, the law ain't done away. Done away, done away. Hey, the law ain't done away. A follower of the way. Hey, King Yahusha is the way. Yeah.
Hey, Yaxter.
Shalom, 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 y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I just wanted to come on here real quick. I have a few things I need to say to y'all. So give me a second. I'm going to play another song. Right now, I'm writing down some scriptures I'm going to share with you guys because this is important, bro. This is a very important thing I need to say. Because I'm going to be honest, some of y'all, not all of y'all, but some of y'all talking about our people got me so frustrated right now because it's like I have to keep saying the same thing over and over again. And what I'm learning is our people do not study like they should be. Our people are not studying the scriptures like they should be studying them. And that's the problem. And then if I point out the fact that you're not seeking Yahuwah enough, you are not doing enough for him to reveal himself to you because you coming to me instead of going to him, or instead of doing the work to go look this up yourself, that's part of the problem. That is part of the problem. So we'll come back and talk about this. I just wanted to kind of preface what I'm going to be talking about, but I'm going to just play a few more songs and I'll be back in a minute, y'all.
Hey, Yaxter.
here. For 100 years we have lived in a state of fear. The police hung us like we're deer. Yasharal has shed so many tears. Yahuwah, we need you. Yahusha, we need you. Yahuwah, our Aloha, deliver us. America with the triple K. Judgment surely is coming your way. For 400 years oppressed, for 400 years distressed. Away white supremacy will fall. Babylon will fall, America will fall. Yahuwah burn it all down. Yahusha burn it down. Bring fire and pestilence to every heathen that's around. We had enough, oh my Father, how much longer, oh why? Oh, it don't make sense. Father, we need some recompense. Burn her down, Babylon, burn her down. Abba, burn her down. Oh, yeah. Trump, hair slicked back like Donald Duck. Kamala Harris ain't black. I ain't siding with no Democrats. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, whoa, yeah, ayy, look, yeah. All esteem to your Ua, ayy. He the highest, the allure, ayy. Baruch Shamka, Yahuwah is the highest, Ualua Heka. Look, yo, I'm living out the Torah, ayy, yeah. Ayy, it's lit like menorah, ayy, yeah. Alam Barak Hasham, Kakabur Abinu, yeah, my trust is in him. Yahushua HaMashiach, he the land that was lynched. He the land that was lynched. Yahushua HaMashiach, he the land that was lynched. He's hung from the tree of pressure, making more sense. Yahushua HaMashiach died a black man's death. The Romans want him dead cause he stood as a threat. Yahushua HaMashiach died a black man's death. The lamb that was lynched cause he stood as a threat. All esteem to Yahuwah, ayy. He the highest, the allure, ayy. Baruch Shamka, Yahuwah is the highest, Ualua Heka. All esteem to Yahuwah, ayy. He the highest, the allure, ayy. Baruch Shamka, Yahuwah is the highest, Ualua Heka.
Hey, Yexer.
Ab Yahuwah Alua of all creation. May your name be esteemed upon high forever. When I feel alone, I put my trust in Yahuwah. When the world is telling me who I am doesn't matter, I follow your word. When my enemies come against me, I stand strong. I believe in your son Yahusha and the power of his redemptive blood. When I call on your name, I know you hear me beyond everlasting hills, beyond the heights of the Shamayim. When I'm at my lowest, I put my trust in the Most High. I do not believe in a higher power. I believe in the highest power, who is Yahuwah Ha'alua Ba'yasharah. Ab Yahuwah Nathak Takbulakak Ma'u Aruka Yasha Amu Hekam Yasharah Naha Yakub Lashub Kadumarak Kakabud La Hashamuth Yahuwah U Yahusha. There is power in your Kadash name. There is uprightness in your Torah. There is joy everlasting in your perfect will. Your love knows no limits, and your mercy abounds. May every so-called black man be made a priest for you. May the daughters of Zion be comforted, protected, and led in righteousness by the men of Yasharah. May every Yasharali child be instructed in your Torah. Father, help us to stand against our enemies. Give us strength, perseverance, and endurance in these last days. Lead us to a place of shalom, safety, and protection everlasting. For there is no one like you. Yahuwah Alua Hinu, Yada Yahuwah Alam. I give you all of me. Aman.
I give you all of me. I give you all of me. I give you all of me.
Hey, Yexer.
All right, y'all. So let's talk about this. So this is something I have been noticing over and over and over and over and over again. And it is something that does irritate me. Because again, I am just a man. I am not the Most High. The problem is, a lot of people sit here every single time I go live and watch my videos and watch me look stuff up. You are not doing that. That is the problem. This is why a lot of our people are not hearing from Yahuwah. He's not moving in their way, in their life, in the way that they expect him to. They say, well, I feel like he's not hearing me. It's because you're not truly seeking him. You are not truly seeking him because you're using me as a scapegoat to get answers from the Most High. Let me tell you something. That's not going to work. That is not going to work. All right? The Most High is not stupid. He said, those who seek me with all their heart shall find me. Instead of coming to me about your biblical questions, and I'm not saying you can't come to me with biblical questions, but my question is, did you Google it first? Did you use any of these free search engines or tools to find the answer before you write me? I know the answer because I know the Torah. This is what I don't understand. I come on here time and time again, and y'all literally see me look stuff up. Why are you not doing that? And I'm not talking about everybody. It's just certain people, bro. And it just irritates me because it's like, bro, like, for example, right? People want to know about the dowry, right? All you got to do is go to Google and type in dowry in the Old Testament. And it gives you the answers. It gives you the Torah laws. Why do you need to write me when I'm busy doing things that actually have something to do with teaching? Why are you writing me when you can literally just Google this? Why are you not Googling? You got ChatGPT, you got Google, you got all these different search engines. What the heck are you coming to me for? You have all these different free ways of looking things up, and you refuse to do it. And then you get mad at me because I'm done saying, okay, you know what? I'm not going to give you the answer anymore. Go look it up. Where did I find in scripture where we can look up about marriage? Go look it up. I'm tired of giving y'all answers. I'm tired of just handing you stuff. It just reminds me of like the girl in class, like the cute girl in class. All the dudes was attracted to her. You know what I'm saying? And she goes and gets buddy. She don't get with the jock. She get with the geeky, nerdy guy. And she not even attracted to him. She just want to be around him because he knows the answers in science and biology. And she's a dumb girl, so she don't know it. She don't understand it. So she not going to deal with the jock. She going to still deal with the jock, but just not in regards to passing this class. Because the geek and the nerd, he knows everything there is to know, and he can make sure she get a passing grade. Sometimes I feel like I'm treated like that nerdy guy. And listen, I don't have no issue if people respect me because I have a lot of knowledge. But listen, this didn't happen overnight. I've been in this for 6 years straight. All right. And I was nothing but seeking Yahuwah. Nothing but seeking him. Nothing. Let me be real. I do not go to brothers about biblical questions. I look it up myself and I go to Yahuwah. And if I see one translation and I'm not really sure, I'm going to look at several different translations. I don't go to men. I don't. I study to show myself approved. Everything that I come into understanding, a lot of it is from my own research and what I've discovered on my own. That's why on here you get me talking about things that a lot of people don't talk about. Because like I said, before I was in this truth, I was deep into like Enoch and Jubilees and, you know what I'm saying, the hollow earth. A lot of these things are things that I have been knowing about since I was a Christian. So I've always been a person who just looks deeper into stuff. That's just how I am in general. But the thing is, y'all, I'm saying this because I'm irritated because our people could be doing so much more to be astute in this. And the reason why I'm saying you could be doing so much more is because I see our people who are doing the work, who are putting their full heart and soul into this. And I respect that. But it's y'all out there who are lazy as hell, who don't even want to Google search something real quick. Just Google it. What are Torah laws on circumcision? What are Torah laws on marriage? What are Torah laws on dowry? If you don't know the scripture out the top of your head, that's okay. Sometimes I don't know the scriptures out the top of my head either, so I have to Google it. But I literally do it here on live. How are y'all confused? I don't understand. Y'all are too reliant on me. And I appreciate that y'all look at me in a positive way and y'all look at me for wisdom and knowledge. Here's the thing, though. You can have it too. The Most High doesn't just give wisdom to one person and don't give it to other people. He gave it to me because I was genuinely seeking him. Let me tell y'all. When I first came into this, I did not do anything but become a sponge. Meaning that I watched several different people, but then I wrote stuff down, as I always tell y'all. Like right here, I got my clipboard right here, see? Right? Write stuff down. If it doesn't make sense to you, write it down. All right? That's the first thing you need to do. When you're watching other people, take notes. All right? This is what I'm saying. These are simple things that people are not doing. And that's why you're not gaining understanding. That's exactly why you're still stuck on certain things. You have to write it down so you can take time to look into it, study it, and come back to it so you won't forget about it. People who take things seriously write these things down. Like, bro, right here in my drawer, I have all these books, bro, filled with different lessons and studies I've done, like this one right here, The Apocalypse of Paul. You know what I'm saying? I wrote down a whole bunch of notes for that lesson, verses that connect the renewed covenant to the first covenant, the virgin birth, Isaiah 14, okay? Connected back to Matthew, all right? The birth of Messiah, the virgin birth, all right? A governor shall rise out of Yasharal, out of Judea, okay? Psalms 23:28, Sirach 23:1, 3rd Maccabees 2:2-3, and Micah 5:2. And also referenced in renewed covenant in Matthew chapter 2, verse 1. How do you think I got to this point? I did the work. I'm not doing your heavy lifting. I'm not going to help you understand the scriptures to a point where you're not doing it yourself. I'm here to help you understand the core principles of it, but you have to do the heavy lifting. It's going to be a lot of studying. It's going to be a whole lot of going over scriptures, a whole lot of writing stuff down, a whole lot of reading more. That's another thing. Our people don't like to read. That's another problem. Our people do not like to read literature. And if you don't like reading literature, that's because they made you like that. Our people wrote books. We wrote scrolls. Our people read. It was a part of the Israelite way, was reading and writing. Why do you think the slave master didn't want you educated? I am not here to be somebody to hold your hand so you can get closer to Yahuwah. No, you need to seek Yahuwah as he told you to do, and stop coming to me. Go look that stuff up yourself. You're a grown man sitting on your phone texting and posting little memes on social media, and it didn't behoove you to say, let me Google this real quick. I'm going to just go straight to a man. I'm a man, okay? I'm a man, meaning don't even come to me. Like, I'm just a man. I've been wrong about scriptures before, and that's a part of this walk as well. You're going to be wrong about things. It's a lot of things I had to like go back and look at. Even some of my old videos, I don't even like watching them anymore because it's like those are things I no longer stand on. Some of my old songs, I said the pagan names at one point. I believed in salvation for everybody at one point. I believe John 3:16 was 100% part of scripture at one point. I believe that white people came from Adam at one point. So I've been wrong about things. And that's why I say that it's important to study things for yourself, family. Because even me, Yexer, with the knowledge and understanding I have, I've been wrong about things plenty of times. And I have no shame in saying that because I'm a man. And the more I seek Yahuwah, the more he reveals to me. Again, if you have questions, I have no problem with answering your questions. But my question is always going to be, did you look it up? If you didn't look it up, you didn't even make an effort to try to seek Yahuwah about it. You just immediately went to man. That's not what you're supposed to be doing, family. I've made this too easy for y'all, where some of y'all just say, well, I can go to Yexer because Yexer gonna know the answer, which, like I said, it's a good thing. But at the same time, it's good if you want to go to me for things. But when you become dependent upon me, that's not good. Sometimes I'm not going to answer your question right away. I'm still editing the Lamb That Was Lynched right now. So I may not answer you right away. And then it's like, if you get mad because I tell you go look it up, and then you're saying, like, let me show y'all the post real quick. So this was on Facebook. And, you know, somebody said I was being mean to our own people. How? Because I told you the truth? I'm not telling you that you're wicked because, you know what I'm saying, you don't know the truth. And I never said it was a sin because you don't know the answer. All right? I'm just saying you should be looking up dowries if you don't understand them. Just Google that. It's a simple Google thing you can do. So this is what I said. Let me show y'all the post. I mean, bro, I literally come on here. I show you how to break down the Hebrew. I done showed y'all all of that, bro. I cannot hold your hand and walk you through this. That's for you to do with Yahusha. Yahusha's the way to Yahuwah. Yexer is not the way to Yahuwah. Let me say it again. Yexer is not the way to Yahuwah. Yahusha is. And I take offense to it because it's almost like y'all rather have me as Messiah than Yahusha. He's the way to Yahuwah, not me. So I take offense to it because you claim to believe in Yahusha, but you're not seeking Yahusha, which is the way to Yahuwah. You're seeking me, just a regular man who's been wrong about things, who's been incorrect about the scriptures. And I'm not saying that to like discredit a lot of what I presented, which has been true, but I'm just being honest. When I first came into this, I really had a Christian understanding about a lot of stuff. And our people still very much have a Christian understanding about a lot of stuff. But that's a conversation for another day. So let me show y'all the post, bro. I honestly don't even think I was being mean. Okay, I was just being real. And it's like, if you're a grown man and you offended by the stuff that I say and you want to be all emotional about it, you need to man up and stop acting like a little bitch. All right? I'm just going to straight out say it. Stop acting like a little dog, a little girl. You're a man. What I told you is for your betterment. It's not to destroy you. It's not to make you feel bad. It's not to make you feel less of a man. I'm telling you to pick yourself up as a man and go figure it out like a man. That's what your dad would have told you. That's what a positive male role model would have told you. That's what an elder who's walking in righteousness would have told you, to go figure it out, instead of just handing you answers and saying, here, you ain't got to do no work to get to know Yahuwah. Let me just give you a simple answer so you don't really seek Yahuwah. See, if I don't correct this behavior and say something to our people, they will continue to lean on me and not Yahusha. I am not good enough to bear the sins of the lamb, okay? I am not without blemish. I've made many mistakes in my life. I've been wrong about things. You need to be seeking the master. You need to be seeking Ha'alua, not me, all right? I have to look things up myself. I don't go to men. I realize that's the worst thing you can do, is go to man. Look it up yourself. Now, this is what I said. I said, I see a whole lot of brothers talking about multiple wives, but I sure don't see a whole lot of brothers talking about paying multiple dowries. You want multiple wives? Then pay a dowry to each of their families. If you can't do that, you should not have multiple wives. In my personal opinion, having multiple wives doesn't work in captivity. Now, here's the thing. I am not against multiple wives because it is in scripture, all right? It's just not for me. It's not Yexer's thing. So if we're going to apply the marriage construct to multiple wives, a dowry should be paid to each one of those families. If you're really talking about doing things the scriptural way, you owe a dowry to every single woman's family. Pay up. Cut the check. If you're trying to be on some broke nigga stuff because you just want to go around and just sleep around and just spread your seed everywhere because you still ain't really controlled some of them urges you have as a man, and this whole multiple wives thing is just a reason for you to just go crazy and not lead them in righteousness, yeah, that's not a man. And you're not a husband if you haven't paid a dowry to her family. I'm just being honest with you. My woman, obviously, I'm paying a dowry to her family. That's something we're already arranging right now, right? I love her. I care about her. I'm going to marry her, so I'm paying the dowry. Which is why I say in captivity, bro, these multiple wives thing doesn't even make any sense, cuz it really doesn't. It really doesn't. When our people had multiple wives, bro, we had the land of Canaan. We had all of that. Our people are struggling to even survive to get food now because they done took away SNAP. How the hell are you going to support and pay a dowry to multiple women? And some of us brothers, we got an appetite for 3 or 4 or 5. I get it. I understand. I'm a man. I get it. But I'm saying in current captivity, that ish don't work, bro. And you know it doesn't. Y'all all going to be struggling. All of y'all going to be struggling. So then how can you lead, provide, and protect? You're going to lead, provide, and protect. You need to be leading, providing, protect for each one of them women. So you got to pay a dowry. You got to actually lead, provide, and protect. All right? So that's a lot of money. It's like, bro, economically, it don't even make sense to have multiple wives right now. Just wait until we go back into the land. Get you a daughter of Zion that, you know what I'm saying, respects you, is submissive, sweet. Because, you know, the thing is, bro, I see a lot of these women, bro, that's into like these multiple, you know, of these multiple wives. And to be real with you, a lot of these women that are, you know, kind of locked into that multiple wives thing, a lot of them are so sweet, bro, and so gentle and so submissive. And I be thinking to myself, why the hell are you the second or third wife? You deserve to have a man all to yourself. As sweet and as gentle and as feminine as you are, you deserve to be married to one man who will appreciate you in the fullness of who you are. Some of these women, and listen, sisters, I love y'all, but sometimes y'all devalue yourself. You devalue yourselves for a man who don't even want to see you as his main, his only. Like I said, I'm not against polygamy, bro. I'm not, because it is in scripture. It is. All right? It is. And it's not something I can dismiss. And it's not something really too much for me to speak on, but I can speak on it from the Torah perspective. A dowry must be paid for a woman. Then one of my ox was like, I ain't finna pay no dowry to no woman that's not a virgin. Okay, then, so then why you have her as a wife then? This is what I'm saying. A lot of the brothers, bro, they never mention dowry payments. And if you getting married to her the Babylonian way, the Most High, look, it's going to be kind of controversial. The Most High don't honor that. That is not a marriage. Going to the dang courts and getting them to recognize you and husband and wife is BS. That is Roman stuff. That is heathen stuff. The way it was done in biblical times is you pay a dowry to the family. You get to know the family. You pay the dowry, and then you do the wedding. So how you got a girl that's your wife and you ain't never even met her family? Why is that? Because, you know, and I know things is a little different in America. Sometimes these sisters, they parents don't like the man, and then they go run off with the man and all other type of stuff. Never even met the family sometimes. This is just, the way we doing stuff out here is raggedy. I'm going to just be honest with you. It's raggedy, it's trifling, it's trash. The way us as Israelites are moving. You know what I'm saying? It's like the way Yahuwah put so much emphasis on the importance of marriage and the way it should be done. I don't know why the hell we're still doing Babylonian stuff. If you love her, bro, pay a dowry to her family and marry her. Stop, you know what I'm saying, humping on this girl and then talk about she's your wife, but you don't even have enough gall within you to actually do it the scriptural way. Sleeping with somebody is not marriage. Let me say that again. Sleeping with somebody is not marriage. It's marriage through the proper process. A dowry is paid. The family acknowledges it. There's a celebration. Then you consummate. That's a marriage, biblically speaking. Whatever the hell they got going on out here in Babylon, where they want to, you know, hoist the woman up and make the woman the standard. The woman is not the prize. Okay, sisters, don't take offense, but I'm going to tell you the truth. The woman is not the prize in a marriage biblically. The man is. Let me say it again. The woman is not the prize. The man is. Why? Because the man is the provider. The man is the protector. The man is the leader. So when you think of a woman, right? The woman needs protection. The woman needs to be led in righteousness. The woman needs to be provided for. He is the prize. The man, the husband, he is the prize, not the woman. That's not to say that we don't value our women. We don't love our women. She definitely is a prize in a man too, because it's a blessing to have a righteous woman. So I'm not taking away from the woman and her regards in the marriage, because she has a role as well. We don't ever minimize the woman's role. I just minimize the woman to the woman's role, and I minimize the man to the man's role. That's just how it has to be. The man is the prize. He's the one that carries the seed. Yes, the woman, you know, obviously she carries the man's seed and all of that after they do what they do and all of that. I get that. But the man produces the seed. Okay? Literally, we have a factory down there that produces endless amounts of that gushy stuff. Sorry, I shouldn't have said it like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay? Y'all know what it is. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that so awkward. We produce the seed. All right? Therefore, we are the seed carrier. The woman doesn't carry the seed until the seed is inside of her, coming from a man's area. All right? So the man is the prize. Here in Babylon, they have reversed it, and they have given the woman, you know what I'm saying, the whole position of like being the head and all this other stuff. Just like you see a man bow down to a woman to propose to her. When I was young and I was thinking about marriage and stuff like that, I always wondered, like, why do men have to bow down to a woman to marry her? Right? And that's what I'm saying. It's just a backwards Babylonian, you know what I'm saying, matriarch kind of, you know, system that they've built, where they embellish the woman But that's the total opposite of the way Yahuwah wanted it to be. And see, I'll literally have sisters tell me that, I don't love women and, I'm misogynistic because I believe in the patriarchal order and all of that of Yahuwah. Hey, it is what it is. Like I said, we don't downplay a woman's role. We don't do that, right? I don't believe I'm meant to like rule over all women or anything like that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm a man over my own household. All right. I don't control what the next man does, what the next woman does. I don't care to control women. All right. Because a woman who knows her place doesn't, what I'm saying? There's no need for me to even be that way. I'm not that kind of person in general, but I just don't deal with women who don't understand my role as a man. I just don't waste my time. It's foolish. She needs to understand her purpose as a woman and understand my purpose as a man. And then we balance it out together. There's a balance, right? I have my role. She has hers. We're comfortable in our roles. All good. So going back to this post, I gave the preset. Well, I didn't give a preset, but I just said the whole situation with the multiple wives thing, right? So this person said I was being mean, and I honestly don't think I was being mean. He said, tell me, Aki, the dowry is supposed to be paid. And here's the thing. He asked me this question before, and I already gave him an answer. So you're asking me again because you don't remember what I said. That's your fault. Tell me, Aki, the dowry is supposed to be paid for who is it for every woman, whether virgin or widowed or woman who's been with other men before? And then my response was, I said, hold on, let me see. I said, wait, right here. I said, this is why you need to go read the scriptures yourself and figure it out. If I can do it, you can do it. Y'all ask me questions all the time when you're sitting on a phone and you can look it up yourself. I know what the scriptures say. If you don't, you need to learn them. That's why the Bible says, meditate on the Torah day and night. Meditate on the Torah day and night. I know this. And like I said, if I don't know, I at least know how to go look it up. All this time you said, and then this person responded and said, don't act stupid. Like, don't act like a stupid. It's like when someone asks you, what must I do to be saved? Just as they did Peter, and he answered them without referring them to anyone or anywhere because he knew an answer to their question. If you can't answer a question, just keep quiet instead of being rude and answering like a little child. Okay, now you sound like a little girl. Am I dealing with a man or am I dealing with a boy? If I'm a righteous person, I'm going to tell you to go look it up, homie. Go seek the Most High. Don't come to me about things you can easily Google. Y'all don't want to. The problem with some of our people is they don't want to do the work. They want to talk about they want to be in this position. I have people writing me saying, yes, sir, I want to do what you do. I can't wait to be in your position. Y'all ain't going to ever get there if you're not seeking him. You will never get to where I'm at. And the thing is, as I said, the Most High does not hold knowledge. He gives it to anybody who is seeking him. If you're not making the effort to go after and seek the Most High with all your heart, you will never know him. You will forever have a surface level way of thinking when it comes to the Most High. The reason why my understanding is so massive is because when I came into this, bro, I genuinely wanted to serve Yahuwah 100%. I wanted to fully understand the Torah. I bought books on Torah. I went forward to study the language. I went over and beyond than most people. And when I told people the level I was going to understand Yahuwah more, they were like, wow, I mean, that's really a lot. I've never heard nobody doing this kind of stuff. I'm like, bro, because I love him. Maybe your love for Yahuwah is not as good. I don't know. I can't tell you. But what I know is I genuinely came seeking the Most High with my whole heart, and he revealed himself to me. It's like in these 6 years I've been in this, he's just poured out his Ruach on me in massive ways. And like I said, I can't explain how I can break down these scriptures and how I have like this understanding. I can't tell you other than the Ruach. I can't explain the mysteries of Alua, but I know that he is mighty. I know that his Ruach is mighty. But again, I had to do the work to get here. He didn't just give me the understanding and the wisdom and all of that just because I said I believe in him. No, I was genuinely seeking him with my whole heart, mind, body, and soul. Maybe you're not doing enough to seek him. Maybe he's expecting you to take a much bigger step into seeking his face. And if you keep on going to man instead of going to him, you will never know him. You will forever have a Christian surface level way of thinking when it comes to the scriptures if you are not going beyond, over and above to seek him. And then instead of him taking the correction, because like I said, I don't think I was being mean. Yeah, I could have easily given you the scriptures. But the thing is, it is my desire for our people to read the word. I know our people don't like reading, and it's the white man that got you thinking like that. I'm going to be honest. It is the white man that got you thinking like that. That reading is not, important and powerful and fundamental. Why do you think I'm such a threat to them? Because I can read. I know those white folks be getting so mad when they be hearing a young Negro like me from the hood, you know what I'm saying, over here on screen reading all these articles with perfect diction and clarity. I know that irritates them because they said we stupid. They said we're low IQ. I got a higher IQ than these Mayo monkeys out here. And I don't even believe in that IQ stuff, but I could tell they don't know jack about what they're talking about because not one Mayo monkey has come out and disproven any of my research. So I must be higher IQ than me. I mean, they said I'm a sub-Saharan African monkey with a low IQ, but why the hell can't none of these crackers come out and disprove my research? They don't want to smoke with me. They don't, because they know I'm a very intelligent person. And like I said, bro, knowledge is dangerous. Knowledge is dangerous. And like I said, Yahuwah gives it away freely. I was a little strict with this person because I just want you to seek Yahuwah a little more, brother. Sister, I want you to seek Yahuwah a little more. Don't rely on me. Yexer's been wrong about things, all right? And I have to keep saying that because I want people to understand I started out with this as a babe, right? The babe on the milk. We're going to get to a precept for that in a second. So let's go ahead and let's look at some scriptures. I got some scriptures pulled up. We always have to make these conversations scriptural. I want to see our people grow in Yahuwah. And like I said, I see a lot of our people who are doing line up on line, precept upon precept. So this is not an attack on our nation as a whole, because I see many of our people putting the work in. The problem is a good chunk of our people are not, because they come too dependent on our people. And they're using our people as the mediator between Yahuwah and them. But Yahusha is the mediator, not me, not your camp leader, not none of these Negroes. All right. Yahusha is. So that's what I'm trying to make clear here. Now, people say I got pride. They say I got this, I got that. Okay. If I have so much pride, then why is it that I never refer to myself as a teacher or a rabbi or any of that? You got bishop this, and reverend that, and all people got all these, the prophet this. Y'all got all these titles in front of your name, right? I'm just Yexer. I'm just a minister of information. And that actually lowers me down, because it's like, I don't even want to be called a minister of the truth. I'm just a minister of information in general. Simple stuff. But let's look at the scripts, yeah? Seek Yahuwah with all your heart, and he shall make himself known to you. All right, let's look at these scriptures, family. All right, we're going to start off here at 1 John 16:13. Howbeit, when he, the Ruach Amath, is come, he will guide you into all truth. The Ruach guides us into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak. And he will show you the things to come. He shall esteem me, for he shall receive of mine, and shall show it unto you. This is why I say, do not seek me. Seek the Ruach. And like I said, I am not saying that you cannot come to me if you have questions. I'm only trying to get you guys into the habit of looking it up first before you come to me. Just Google it real quick. What's that verse about this? Or like, for example, look, right? When I was trying to find that Wisdom of Solomon verse, let me just show you right now, live. This is all you have to do. Go to Google. Let's say you remember something about the verse. Okay, let's say Jeremiah 16:19. I know that one off the top of my head, but you might be all like, what's that scripture about the Gentiles inheriting lies? So this is what I do. Gentiles inherit lies. And then I'll usually just put KJV next to it just so I can get the precept. Boom. Jeremiah 16:19. So, okay, this is what you can do. This is a technique. I've been doing it for a long time. If you can't remember the exact scripture, right, but you know some of the words of it, type whatever you remember and then put KJV next to it. Obviously, y'all know I hate the KJV, but that's just, you know what I'm saying, a simple way you can do it. Same thing when it comes to, you know, questions about the scriptures. Is baptism in the Old Testament? Simple stuff like that, bro. It gives you the question. It gives you the answers right away. The purification ritual, the waters of immersion is mentioned in Uyakara, Leviticus 15. It's all here, family. It's all here. So what the heck are you writing me for? I'm just trying to understand. I can do that so easily and so quick. And I've done show after show after show after show after show after show doing this live as y'all ask me questions in the chat. How are you still lost? I do not understand. I'm not going to sit there and put off what Yahuwah has me doing to focus on you. If you choose not to seek Yahuwah, homie, that's your salvation that goes out the door. I know where I'm at with Yahuwah. Call me prideful all you want. I'm just confident in Yahuwah. His Ruach has been revealed to me in mighty, mighty ways, and I don't need no man's approval. I don't give a damn if niggas think that I'm prideful, if niggas think that I'm racist, whatever the heck it is. Whatever you think about me, I don't care. I've studied to show myself approved, and I will continue to do so. I know I'm going to make it to the kingdom because I'm following Yahuwah with my whole heart, and I'm allowing his Ruach to lead me. I'm all about my Father's business. And if you don't know the scriptures and don't know even, it didn't even enter your mind to literally go look that up. I had to post that for you to that even be a thought in your mind. Why didn't you just Google that? Imagine all that time you took to type that up when you could have put that energy into Google and got the answer right away. Then you turn around and you get hurt. Your feelings get hurt because I told you to go look it up as a man should. I mean, what, you want me to baby you? You want me to hold your hand? Homie, you a grown man, cuz. I deal with men differently than I deal with females. With females, I'm a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more patient. But even sometimes with them, I have to be all like, all right, look, mama, I just told you what it is. All right? Now, people said I was prideful for that. Let's go to Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? I told you to go look it up. I told you to use your phone. You sitting over here with internet, and here you are asking me something. Y'all got ChatGPT. Y'all have all of these resources, bro. There is no excuse for our people to be this ignorant. There is not. There is just not. For our people who are unawakened, then, you know, I expect their ignorance, right? They don't know Yahuwah yet. But you do. You have no excuse. If you say you love the highest, if you say you are a child of his, then you should know how to be able to navigate and get answers with or without me. And some things are so deep, you're going to have to fast for it. Some things are so deep, you're not going to get a simple answer from Google. You're going to have to really, really fast and seek Yahuwah about it. I've definitely had to do that, especially about the truth about whites. I definitely had to fast and pray about that to really, really get to where I'm at now. That was something that came much later. You know what I'm saying? As far as that understanding. And look at it, I've been in this 6 years. So for the first 5 years of this walk, I fully believed these people could be saved. I didn't know about the children of Lucifer concept. I didn't know about none of that. I genuinely thought that. until I just started seeing some things and I prayed to Yahuwah and he revealed the truth to me. So humility is a must. You must also be able to take correction. If you think what I said to that brother was mean, I don't know what else to tell you. You must not be used to a man talking to you. Maybe you didn't have a father to show you something. Maybe you didn't have a father to deal with you and talk to you like a man. So you think when I'm speaking to you as a man, I'm somehow coming at you and saying I'm immature and I'm full of pride. Homie, I'm not the one over here lost about a simple precept about marriage. That's you. That is you, not me. I know the scriptures. Like I said, your salvation is not my salvation. Salvation comes from the same source, but I'm not the one lost about this. You are. That's your fault. Don't get mad at me because I told you the reason why you don't know this answer is because you don't know the Torah. Go back and read the Torah and go study and go look it up. How about you fix this problem right now? Let's rectify this problem right now. Right now. It's just like, if a father wanted to discipline his son, right? He gonna teach him a hands-on lesson. So he makes sure that his son understands this, right? Like I remember when we used to do physical education, right? PE or whatever you call it, gym, whatever. And when we was doing like little drills for like football and stuff like that, every time somebody said a bad word, we was in middle school, so we was young, you know what I'm saying? Every time somebody said a cuss word, they will make us do these things called leg lifts, where you're stretching the calf muscle and you're only able to lift it 6 inches off the ground. So you lift up your legs. It strengthens those muscles in your calves really well, but it's good for football. But they would have us do that, right? Lift up your feet 6 inches from the ground as you're spread out on the ground, right? Or on the field. And then you would spread your legs and then bring them down again. That takes so much muscle control. And it hurts like hell, especially if you're not used to doing it, right? In order for us to learn a lesson, we had to do those leg lifts over and over again until the people in my class stopped using those words around the dang teacher. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes a hands-on kind of punishment is what's needed for somebody to get the message. Now, me just telling him, go look it up yourself, it's your fault, you don't know these things, that's not me being mean. That's me telling you the truth. Now, I don't know how long this brother been in the walk. I don't know, bro. I don't know. But again, you're sitting on a phone. You are sitting on an actual computer, a small mini computer, a small mini machine. And the first thing you did was think to ask me something instead of going to look it up. And so, yeah, I could have just easily gave you an answer. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that this time because I'm always doing that. And it gets annoying after a while. So I said, you know what? Go look it up. And then he said I got pride because I told him to go look it up. Who raised y'all, cuz? That's crazy. He got all his feelings got hurt because I told you the truth as a man, right? I was talking to my mom the other day. Shout out to my mother. And I gave her a precept, right? Because the Most High put it on my heart. I need to call my mom and tell her that Yahuwah is so proud of what she's done for me, right? He had put it on my heart. I need to call her and tell her that, right? So I called her. And, me and my mom, we kind of have like a decent relationship. I think it's come a long way. I definitely had a lot of issues in my teenage years when I started becoming really rebellious, especially when I got my first taste of, you know what? You know what I'm saying? My first girlfriend, and you know what I'm saying? That really changed me as a person because I was actively on a mission to get some all the time. So I was just reckless with it. But I was telling her about this concept the Most High gave me, right? When a mother bird is raising her chicklets, right? They only get one they only get one opportunity to prove themselves to be adults. Birds, baby birds. They hatch from the eggs. The mother nourishes those birds, right? Until they're old enough to fly. Now, here's the thing about birds. I don't know if this is like every bird, but I know it's most birds. Once they're old enough to fly, she brings them to the edge of the nest, and it's up to them to get it right and be able to fly off and live on their own. Some of those baby birds will die in the process of trying to fly properly. They only get one chance to prove themselves. If they fail to fly, they will fall to their death, right? But the birds who are actually able to do it, the skill and the whole mode of adulthood is knowing how to fly. So every baby bird has to leave that nest at some point and grow up and, live on your own and do for yourself. For me, because I was so rebellious, I fell several times. Yeah. But what does the Bible say? A man falls several times, but he gets back up. That's that Donnie McClurkin song. We fall down, but we get up. Right? I used to love that song. I still love that song. I had to fall several times. I stubbed my toe against the rock, so to speak, several times. All of that. But eventually, everything that my mom sowed into me would make me what I am today. Right? So nothing that she did was in vain. I just learned a little bit later on because I was just kind of, rebellious. The same can be applied to this situation. All right? The same can be applied to this situation. It's okay to come to brothers or sisters if you're trying to understand something, but you're going to have to be able to walk this on your own. It is a personal relationship. And the reason why I have to constantly say this is because what you're doing is you are making it a interpersonal relationship. Not a personal relationship, but an interpersonal relationship. Because now what you're doing is you're involving a regular man like me into your relationship with Yahuwah. What you and Yahuwah have and you and Yahusha, that is between you and him, not me. Don't pull me into your relationship with Yahuwah. I got my own I got to maintain. You need to have a personal relationship with Yahuwah, Yahusha. Okay? Not featuring Yexer. All right? Man, I can't even be serious too long, bro. I'm always saying something that ends up making me laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, Yahuwah is my best friend featuring Yexer. No, bro. I'm not the third. No, man. Do not factor me into this. Like, do not do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's look at another scripture. All right, I still want to make this scriptural. I know it's early. I never go live like this, but y'all know I just had to get some things off my chest. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21. It says, prove all things. Hold fast to that which is good. Okay? So prove all things. Meaning, don't go to man. No. Don't go to man. Because man could be wrong. Or man could be purposefully deceiving you or lying to you or just don't know. Your understanding of the scriptures is not based upon what comes out of my mouth or another man's mouth. It's based on what the Ruach reveals to you if you can prove it with 2 or more witnesses. I told that brother to go look it up because that's what we should be doing. We should be looking into the word and understanding these precepts ourselves. And like I said, if you don't understand, like, for example, if you see this, prove all things, hold fast to that which is good. That may not make sense to you. Go look at the KJV. Go look at the BES. Go look at multiple translations. Sometimes that's what you got to do. I just want you to exhaust all of your efforts until you can't find any other way to come up with an answer. Then you can come to me. Let me be your last resort. Or not just me, but anybody that you look to, for some type of like guidance in the truth. Let your Aki or your brother or your sister, let them be your last resort. Do the work yourself first. And if you tried everything else and you can't get an answer, then go to us. Then come to us. Because then you've actually made an effort to do the work. And Yahuwah honors that. Yahuwah sees that. And I'm going to be honest, like when I first started doing this and I was like understanding stuff, I was really wondering, like, can Yahuwah really like use me? Like, it's like Amazing Grace. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was a wretch. You know what I'm saying? I lived so wickedly before I knew the truth. I was just like, well, listen, this is the truth. I'm an Israelite. I'm a child of the Most High. I just want to live for him. I just want to seek his face. I genuinely want to serve the Most High with my whole heart. I owe that to him. You know what I'm saying? After what our ancestors did to the Most High, I owe that to him. You know what I'm saying? And so I came into this. I watched a lot of videos, different videos. Like I said, I wrote down a lot of stuff. You know, every lesson that I watched, I wrote down all the scriptures. If I had to pause it, rewind it, all of that. I did all of that, y'all. I did all of that. And then if I want to go back and restudy it, I got a whole book full of it. Right here. Composition book 1. Then over here, all these papers. And by the way, these are all notes from this documentary, The Land That Was Lynched. Look at that. So much. I got binders all over my desk, bro. I've got tons and tons of college ruled paper. I'm always writing stuff down. Even when I watch other people, I write it down so I can fact check it for myself. Even in church, that's one thing we didn't do. To those of us who was in Christian church, because some of us weren't. But that's one thing our people didn't do, even in church. The pastor would say something, you didn't write down them precepts, you just heard what he said, and then you forgot about it by the time Tuesday came around. So I think that if that's something we did in ignorance when we was in the Christian church, we need to definitely be doing the writing and taking down of the notes when we're listening to other people. And I guarantee you, you will not go astray because you're going to write that down. And then let's just say they're talking about tithes. Now we know tithes is food and it's not money, right? So if you want to challenge the pastor so you can know they're lying, you need to say, give me scriptures that tithes are food. Google. Boom. There it is right there. Literally, you can literally get answers to your questions in seconds. Think about that message, that long comment you type into me to get to understand something, and you could have literally did it in Google and you would have known by now. By the time you press the enter button to send me that comment, you could have already had the answer. Nobody is above correction. Not myself, not anybody. And, you know, again, I feel like what I said to that brother was actually the right thing because I realized that people have become a little bit too dependent on me. And when you become dependent on me and not Yahuwah, then you can start making me an idol. And that's why I have to shut stuff down. That's why I say, do not call me teacher. You know what I'm saying? Don't do any of that, bro, because then I feel guilty because I haven't, you know what I'm saying, rebuked that mindset yet. Or I haven't told you this is wrong to be looking at me as some type of, you know, some type of idol or some type of mediator between Yahuwah and Yahusha. I'm not, bro. I'm not. Yahusha is the mediator, not Yexer. I'm saying these things because I genuinely want y'all to seek Yahuwah. If you truly seek Yahuwah, he will move in your life in ways that I have personally witnessed in my own life. I want y'all to experience the joy that I feel in Yahuwah. And I know some of y'all feel the joy of Yahuwah, but I'm just saying the more you seek him, the more he reveals himself to you. Sometimes I'm just talking and he just gives me, you know, different concepts to share with y'all to make the scriptures make more sense. It's him. He just works through me. And like I said, I can't explain it, but I just know it's him. That comes by genuinely seeking his face, y'all. It's just that simple. Now, let's keep going. We're going to look at another one. Let's go to Isaiah 54, verse 12. Isaiah 54, verse 12 through 13. And I will make your buttresses jasper and your gates crystal, and your border precious stones. And I will cause all your sons to be taught of Alua, and your children to be in great shalom. And you shall be built in righteousness, abstain from injustice, and you shall not fear, and trembling shall not come near unto you. Let's go to the next one. Isaiah 55. This is going to be 6 through 7. Seek ye Yahuwah, and when you find him, call upon him. And when he shall draw nigh to you, let the wicked leave his ways, Harashayim. Let the wicked leave his ways, and the transgressor his counsels, and let him return to Yahuwah, and he shall find kasad, mercy. For he shall abundantly, hallelujah, Yahuwah, abundantly pardon your sins. For my counsels are not as your counsels, nor are my ways as your ways. God Amar Yahuwah. Thus says Yahuwah. But as the heaven is distant from the earth, so is my way distant from your ways, and your thoughts from my mind. So his ways are not our ways. However, if we approach our Father and we want to genuinely have a relationship with him, he does not turn his face from you. He doesn't do that. All right? He wants you to come after him. He wants you to seek him. He wants you to be hungry for knowledge like I was. I'm telling y'all, bro, I was so hungry for the knowledge when I came into it. I wanted to know everything, bro. Everything. And I know it wasn't going to all come at once, but I'm going to be honest. The first 3 years, I had learned so much just studying by myself. I had learned so much in just that first 3 years. It was just like an outpouring of his Ruach. It happened so fast. You know what I'm saying? Just like Solomon, right? Solomon or Shalomah, he genuinely just wanted to lead Yahuwah's people in righteousness. He had a very genuine heart. He didn't ask for money. He didn't ask to overtake his enemies. He genuinely just loved the Most High because he was raised in the ways of the Most High, and he wanted to lead his people in righteousness, being the son of David. And so Yahuwah blessed him with knowledge. He baruched him with it because he had such a humble heart. Which is why I say humility is so important in this walk, y'all. And the thing is, even for me, like, I have to say this because I want people to understand that this was all Yahuwah's will. Like, I did not ask to be, big and have a platform, and I didn't ask for none of this. I always wanted like some kind of like small audience or audience that, watch my videos and I could chat with them and stuff. But I never expected to be doing all the stuff I'm doing right now. I never expected that. It was something that Yahuwah ended up leading me to do much later. But I had to go through a process of righteous refining. I like that. I had to go through a process of righteous refining, right? And truly, truly be willing to accept there was more he wanted me to do than just rapping and making beats and making songs and dropping visuals and stuff like that. I knew that there was more he was trying to get me to do. And I'm going to be honest, man. I was like Jonah. I was just like him at one point. I was running from it. I was literally running from it. Well, I won't say running from it, not like him, but I just wasn't really embracing what he wants me to really be. I was just like, man, I just want to rap. That's easy. I could just make beats. That's so easy. I've been doing it all my life. Like, why can't I just do that? You know what I'm saying? I'm just good with that. But people just kept hinting at me, like doing more. And I was just like, I don't know, It is a big responsibility teaching the scriptures. So I was just like, I don't know if I want to do all of that, right? But I ended up submitting to Yahuwah. And in that moment that I did, it was proof that it is his will for me to do this. And I mean, I've seen so many people leave this truth, step away from this truth, step back on calling themselves a Hebrew Israelite, all of that. I've seen so much of this. I have never once felt that way. Not once. Not once have I even considered going back to the lies, going back to Christianity. I've never, bro. Yeah, it's this walk is difficult because, first of all, you'll deal with a lot of spiritual warfare from your enemies and from other Israelites. I hate to say it, but it's true. Our people, they be on some jealousy. They be on some hating type stuff. Some of these women hate to see a black man in authority, especially a young black man, because they want to be in authority. Some of them got the Jezebel spirit. All right. Some of our brothers out here, they don't want to do marriage the way Yahuwah intends to do it. They just, you know what I'm saying, want to sleep around and have multiple women. They over here doing threesomes in the bedroom. That is not biblical. Let me say it again. Threesomes, lesbianism, bisexuality is not biblical. Y'all talk about y'all want to have multiple wives and all y'all in the bed together. Yeah, that's the sins of Sodom, cuz. That is the sins of Sodom. So don't be sitting over here trying to tell me, well, I could have multiple wives and y'all over here doing threesomes. You got the girl licking on the other girl. Yeah, gay, homo, faggotry. Yeah, I mean, listen, you really got brothers like that. Because look, let me be real. I love women just as much as the next man. And, you know, prior to coming into this, you could look at a black woman and look at our sisters and be all like, man, she's beautiful, but so is she, and so is she, and so is she. Sometimes when I was younger and you know, in my younger days, when I was really out there like that, it was hard for me to choose because I loved them all. I loved every one of those girls. You feel what I'm saying? So I would have to like stretch my time and try to like, you know what I'm saying? But I was honest about it. I'd be like, well, you know, I do mess around a lot. You know what I'm saying? So a woman knew what it was, but I never expected myself to be like a one woman kind of guy. You know, back when I was really, really out there, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just, I don't know. I just wasn't something I was willing to do. But when I came into this understanding and, you know, really, really trying to follow Yahuwah and really live for him, and then think about captivity and then the polygamy thing. And like I said, at first I was like, I don't know about polygamy, right? Because Yahusha taught one man, one woman, right? Adam was given one woman, right? There are other examples of men, like I said, with multiple wives. But then when I read some of these apocryphal books and I got a little bit more understanding, I'm like, well, Abraham has several wives. So I'm like, it's not a sin. It's wrong to say it's a sin because how was Abraham called a friend of Yahuwah and he had multiple wives? I'm just saying. Jacob, he didn't ask for these women. He only wanted Rachel. He wanted Rachel. He did not want Zilpah. He did not want, you know, La'ah. He did not want any of them, but he still got them. The Most High didn't have a problem with that. As a matter of fact, Yahuwah used these women to bring about the 12 tribes. So it was in Yahuwah's will for him to have multiple women in that case, right? So again, I can't say it's actually a sin, right? But for me, it's not for me. Because first of all, number one, we're in captivity. All right. There's no way under the dome you are going to be able to support all of those women unless you done made a covenant with our enemies and you are not in covenant with the Creator. Just saying. You can't have both. You can't be in covenant with the enemy and be in covenant with Yahuwah. Okay? No man can serve two masters. He'll love one and hate the other. Pick a side. So, that's just kind of, that whole thing. Now, let's get back to the scriptures. I'm going to give you another preset. Proverbs 8:17. Yahuwah says, I love those who love me, and they that seek me shall find me. I love those that love me, and they that seek me shall find me. Wealth and glory belong to me, yea, abundant possessions and righteousness. It is better to have my fruit than to have gold and precious stones, and my produce is better than choice silver. He said, I love those that love me, and they that seek me shall find me. And this is why I say this is not a difficult thing to be doing the work. Let's look at the next one. 1 John chapter 2, verse 27. But the anointing which you have received of him abideth in you. And you need not that any man teach you, right? But as the same anointing teacheth you all things, and is truth, and is no lie, and even as it has taught you, you shall abide in him. And now, little children, abide in him, that when he shall appear, we may have confidence and not be ashamed before him at his coming. See, your teacher is the Ruach. Your rabbi is Yahusha. Covenant keeper. The Ruach is my teacher. Yahuwah the creator. Worship him and not the creature. I don't just write these songs just because I write these songs. It's because it's what I hold to. All right? The Ruach is your teacher. That's why I don't like being called teacher. I'm not a teacher. I'm just a vessel of Yahuwah. Just a vessel. I move as the Ruach leads me. Of course, it's good that y'all watch my videos. I appreciate y'all coming to watch these videos and things like that, but that's why I always tell you, go look at these precepts. Usually I put up the blog post so you can go get all the scriptures and everything. I just want you guys to not just trust me because I say it. As I said, I've been wrong about things in the scriptures for sure. And, I don't normally speak on something unless I'm like 100% sure about it. Like, for example, I have seen other Israelites teach that Ruth was not a Moabite. And I've seen some very convincing arguments in regards to that she was actually an Israelite. But then I've seen other people say, well, she was a Moabite. But then that contradicts the Torah, that a Moabite shall not enter the assembly. To those who believe that she was an Israelite, there is a hell of a lot of evidence for that. I'm just being honest. There is. I haven't done a video on it because I still need a little bit more insight on that. You feel what I'm saying? Just like with the grafting in thing. Yeah, I saw the precept for Jeremiah 11:16, right? And see, some people expected me to just come out and just like make the video, but I had to really pray about this, y'all. I had to fast. I had to pray, because if I was wrong, I just fear Yahuwah, bro. And I was like, you know what? I need to pray about this. I know I got the precepts, but I still need to pray about this because I don't want to be saying something that's incorrect, right? So I really took some time to pray on it. And then when I finally dropped the video, people was like, finally, I've been waiting on you to do this. And I'm like, I couldn't just make it right away. I had to pray about it first. Esau and the Horites, I had to pray about that. The fallen, the pale rebellion, all these things. I had to pray about this stuff, y'all. Because I don't want to be held. I don't want the wrath of the Most High for teaching something against him. All right? So that's with everything, bro. Even the land that was lynched, like, I was just going to leave it the way it was. The land that was lynched was just going to be a little mixtape, 7 songs, 7, the number of completion. Right? But the Most High said that I need to reapproach this film and try to push it in a major way to help wake our people up. And so far, everything Yahuwah has led me to do and I obeyed, good came out of it every time. Every time. That's why I just learned. When he tells me to do something, he puts it on my heart, I just do it. I don't question it, I just do it. Because every time he puts it on my heart to do it, I do it. Nothing but good comes from it. Esau and the Horites. I never thought that that video was going to hit 100,000 views. I just dropped it just like, well, we'll see. Right? Boom. In no time, it hit 100,000, right? When I first started doing teaching videos, the very first video I did was called A Warning to the Gentiles. I dropped it. The day I dropped it, it hit 14K. And that was the very first video where I obeyed him and I taught. and it went viral. Some of my posts on Facebook randomly go viral, just like me, talking about the beauty of black women, right? That went viral. Yahuwah does things that I can't explain through me. You know what I'm saying? And I've just learned to just submit and be like, Father, I give it to you. You want me to do it? I'll do it. So if he wants me to reapproach the land that was lynched, do a longer album, and roll this thing out, I believe there's going to be a lot of success behind this film. My mother's waking up too, y'all. So I know the Most High is working. Yesterday, I got her to read with me. She don't like reading with me because I think sometimes she feel like I'm going to show her some things that might challenge her Christian understanding. But I talked to her yesterday and I showed her Acts chapter 5, verse 30, 1 Peter 2:24, and Acts 10:39 about the tree hangings. Because I was talking to her about this film. And you know what I'm trying to do with it. And she was blown away. She is waking up. And y'all remember, bro, I came on here and I prayed for her. Y'all remember that? The last show, the Melanin show, I prayed for my mom. I was praying to the Most High with my whole heart that it'll wake my family up. She normally would not have been so willing to, but she was. She is waking up, y'all. Now, she's still a Christian, all right? Don't get me wrong. But she's starting to make that connection. This book is about us. And little by little, she's getting there. And I'll be honest, The Lamb That Was Lynched, that might just be the film that could fully open her eyes. You know what I'm saying? I think she would cry if she heard that black woman in the very beginning of the film. I think she would literally break down in tears because she felt what that you just feel what that lady was saying. So Yahuwah, I believe Yahuwah is using me in many, many different ways, and I'm just trying to obey. But again, he can use you too. All right? Not just Yexer. It's not just exclusive. He's using our people all the time. His power is being demonstrated through his people every single day on TikTok, on these platforms where our people are posting stuff. Our understanding of the scriptures, the Ruach he's pouring out. But just don't think just because you think you're not worthy. I thought that too. I thought that too about myself, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because like I have like low self-esteem or anything. It's just because sometimes I guess we just feel like maybe we just don't have what it takes to really, really be a vessel of Yahuwah, right? Maybe you still struggle with lust. Maybe you know what I'm saying, still do certain things that you're not proud of, or, you know, whatever it might be. You might just think, okay, I don't know, like, can Yahuwah really use me? Can Yahuwah really, you know what I'm saying, get me to a certain place? Maybe you're nervous. Maybe you're a very shy person and you're not good at speaking to people or just talking to an audience. There's a lot of different things that could make a person feel like they can't be used by Yahuwah. But it's always the people you least suspect. It's always the people that are counted out that he uses. Because I've been counted out. I've had teachers tell me I won't be nothing when I grow up. Them white teachers, I had this one Jewish teacher. She did not like me. It's like deep down inside, she knew that this young Yahudi in her classroom was an Israelite. It's like deep down she knew, because I could just tell this white Jewish woman did not like me. And she used to make my time and she used to pick on me so much, bro, out of all the children in the classroom. And listen, keep in mind, I was not the only black child in the class, all right? It was mostly black children in the class, right? But she always targeted me. I think the light that I just have, people pick up on that. And I don't try to. I'm just a charismatic person. You know what I'm saying? But she used to always pick on me and bully me and just make my life hell. Try to keep me after class, try to write me up, constantly calling my mom. You know, Yexer don't be listening. You know, Yexer be running his mouth. You know, Yexer tried to kiss that girl. Yeah. My mom used to get so tired of me getting, you know, phone calls from the school because I was just a mess. You know what I'm saying? I was a wild child. But She didn't like me at all. You know what I'm saying? But I think that people were just drawn to this light that I had, right? And I think today that's what people see on me. And like I said, I don't, it's not, it's just experiences that I have that like make me realize that there's some sort of like people just randomly come up and talk to me sometimes. And sometimes I'm down with it because I don't really care. But then sometimes I'm not. And then sometimes I'm just walking and people be like, why you look like this one girl's like, why you look so mad? I'm like, baby, I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. And, you know, I had a big old smile on my face. She's like, oh, I like your smile. I'm like, okay, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm not mad, though. I just, you know what I'm saying? I kind of walk with a presence as a black man. Like, you know, I'm not the one to play with. You feel me? I'm not mad, though. You feel me? You get me smiling, I'll smile all day long, bro. Just saying. You feel me? But, yeah. So let's look at some more presets, man. I don't want to get too taken aback here. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 29. Let's look at that. And there you shall seek Yahuwah, Alua Hinu, your Alua. Yahuwah Alua Hinu. Oh, I'm sorry, that's our Alua. Alua Heka. That is your Alua. Okay? Ka. Anytime you got a ka at the end of a word, it is your. Okay? Alua Heka. Alua Hinu is our Alua. So Alua Heka. All right. You shall seek Yahuwah, Alua Heka, and you shall find him whenever you shall seek him with all your heart. All your heart. So kal labka. So all kal lab heart labka, your heart. You shall seek him with all your heart and with all your soul. Nafashka. Okay, your soul. So you must seek him with all your heart and all your soul. In what? In what, family? What does it say on the text? In what? What will cause you to seek him with all your heart and soul? What is that? It says it right there on the screen. Drop it in the chat. Yeah, I used to be kissing girls, bro. Like when I was in kindergarten, I got in trouble one time because there was this girl in my class named Jeanette. And when the teacher wasn't looking, I kissed her all in her mouth. And she's like, yeah, sir, I'm going to have to hold you in class. I'm like, why? Yeah, I don't know. I was just a flirt, bro. I've always been flirtatious. That's just how I am. Yeah, no. Not soul, sis. It says, okay, I'm going to just read it. Affliction. Yes. Adara, shout out to the sis. Affliction. See, this affliction we've endured for so long was simply to turn us back to our Alua. And in our affliction, even right now, we must be seeking him with all of our heart and all of our soul. All right? So that applies even to right here, right now. I probably didn't make the text big enough. She's like, oh, I see it. Okay, yeah, I probably didn't make it big enough. My bad. But we must seek Yahuwah, and you shall find him with all your heart, labka, and ka nafashka, all right, in your affliction. And these things shall come upon you in the last days, and you shall turn to Yahuwah, Alua Heka, and shall hearken to his voice. Well, these are the last days. So this is talking about right now. Are you truly seeking Yahuwah with your whole heart? That's a question that only you can answer. I can't tell you. I don't know. I can't tell if you're seeking Yahuwah with your whole heart, but I really hope you are. It's just some things I'm seeing. I could tell some of our people are not. Not all, but some. This is Proverbs 2, and we are going to read 1 through 3. My son, if you will receive the utterance of my commandment and hide it with you, your ear shall hearken to wisdom, gakma. You shall also apply your heart to understanding, and shall apply it to the instruction of your son. For if you shall call to wisdom and utter your voice for understanding, and if you shall seek it as silver and search diligently for it As for treasures, then shall you understand the fear of Yahuwah and find the knowledge of all. So the question you have to ask yourself is, how important is knowledge to you? How important is seeking Yahuwah's face to you? Are you going over and beyond to know Yahuwah? I'm going to say you're not if you're depending on man and you go to man about everything. And I have to say the same thing about our brothers in the camps. They're not questioning a lot of stuff. They're just believing what Nathaniel says and these camp leaders. That is not truly seeking Yahuwah with all your heart. That's seeking man. And again, I'm not here to discourage you if you do want to seek me because you need answers. I just want to make sure I'm the last resort and you're seeking Yahuwah first. Google it first. Chat GPT it first before you come to me. That is an effort the Most High does not ignore. And unfortunately with this, sometimes men, you know, they tend to, you know, become celebrities or become known in the truth. And then people look to them for insight and understanding when they should be looking to Yahuwah. Shalom, Ak. I follow you, even though you don't care for Gentiles and Mexicans, but I still love you. I agree with your message. I follow Torah, believe Yahuwah is Yahushua, so I obey him. I have salvation. If you are of the children of Lucifer, no, you cannot be saved. And this is what I deal with Gentiles. They try to gaslight me and make me feel like I'm wrong. And then he said, I don't like Gentiles. I love Gentiles. I love the original man. I love the whole Adamic seed. I'm not talking about the pale seed. The pale seed is an abomination. I'm talking about the Ethiopians, the Cushites, the Hamites, the indigenous Australians. I love all people made in his image. That's just not the children of Lucifer. That's just not the so-called whites. So please don't twist my words. Please do not twist my words. They said I have a problem with Gentiles. Whites are not Gentiles. They are abominations. Big difference. Big difference. The gift of Yahuwah says, the reality is you are honest and put Yahuwah first. You will experience hate because people despise wisdom and walk in the flesh, and you are set apart. That's precisely what I think it is, man. Listen, I understand like some of the way I say things. Some people might want me to be gentle, but bro, we're talking about a grown man over here. We're talking about a grown-ass man that literally turned into a whole female because his feelings got hurt because I corrected him in a righteous way. All right? I really don't think that I did anything bad to that person, but because you wanted an easy answer and I rejected that, now you want to say I'm full of pride. I'm not the one. I'm confident in Yahuwah. I'm not the one over here asking questions about simple things that can easily be found in the Torah if you just look for it. It's not my fault that some people choose not to go the extra mile. I know Abari simply because I went the extra mile. It matters to me. Everything about this truth matters to me. I know about the, you know what I'm saying, the Bantu and the Kikuyu and the Malawi and the Yeve and the Igbo and the Yoruba. I know about these tribes because the truth matters to me. Everything about the truth matters. And because it matters, the only way you can prove it, you could say it matters, but the only way you can prove that the truth matters to you and you love Yahuwah is actually going the extra mile. Go 10 times harder for him. And that's why I'm re-editing The Lamb That Was Lynched. I'm, you know what I'm saying, putting that extra work in. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's so important to wake our people up right now. Our people looking for answers. Our people are looking for all types of ways to understand what the hell is going on. And I think when I talked to my mother and I told her, I said, when I told her about the hanging from a tree thing, I said, Mom, these pastors are complicit because they refuse to talk about what the hell is going on with these white people. All right. You got some of these pastors that are folding to this Trump administration, as I've been saying. Some of them will fold because they house niggas. I'll move all this. Some of them are folding to this system because they got no backbone. I don't give a damn how big you are. I don't give a damn how many guns you got. If you don't stand for something, you are not a man. All right? I don't care how big, how much physical strength you got. I know this one dude, bro. When I was locked up in jail, he was a big dude. Cuz was like, I don't know, 6'8", 6'9", almost 7 feet tall. And niggas was intimidated by him because he's really big. But he's actually really dumb. And I'm not saying that to disrespect him. I'm just saying he got by somebody. Because I guess he wasn't familiar with what niggas can be like in jail. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, it's just, you got to have a backbone, right? You got to have a backbone to stand on something. If you don't, I just think that makes you a weak man. I just think that makes you just less than, and not less than like in a negative way, but it makes you less than a man, because a man is supposed to stand on something. How are you the one leading the household? How are you the one making decisions on behalf of your household if you are married and you can't even make a damn decision and stand on it? Your family, your wife, your children, they rely on you to make definitive decisions as brothers, as men. Men must be definitive in decisions. Women, they tend to, you know, kind of like, you know, gauge a situation based on how they feel. But a man is not supposed to move like that. We're not supposed to gauge a situation based off of how we feel. We need to get the facts. We need to get the truth. And we need to make a decision based on facts said and truth. That's how this works. So, again, I think our people just need to go back, take some time to study the Torah, go back and read these things. All right? Now, if I can make a suggestion to you, one book that I used that really helped me understand Torah is, hold on. I got it right here. So there's a few books I can recommend. This first one is from, I pulled the book out like y'all can actually see it. This book is called An Illustrated Reference to the Manners and Customs of the Bible by James M. Freeman. And matter of fact, let me just show you this real quick. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say all this without giving you some references to look at. All right, I would not leave y'all hanging now. But again, I'm hoping this will help y'all understand that these are things you can easily find yourself. If I give you the references, you should not be lost about this stuff. All right, so this first book is here. Now, chew up the meat and spit out the bones. All right? Because it's Ashkenazi kind of affiliated, but it does tie to scripture. So The Manners and Customs of the Bible by James M. Freeman is very important to understand, I think, when it comes to certain things about biblical customs and things like that. $27 on Amazon. I have the hardcover here. You know what I'm saying? Get that. Then I got this other book I want to show you guys. Got a whole library, bro. No kidding. All right. Now, the next book is my Torah book. And Hallelujah Scriptures. Now, listen, I've heard some funny things about them, that they're like over here, you know, working with the Jewish people and all that. So I don't know, make that decision if you want to support them or not. Before I knew all that about them, though, I bought their, they had a Torah book. And I bought that because it breaks down the Torah so easily for you. If you don't know nothing about Torah, you get that Torah book, it'll break everything down. Marriage laws, you know what I'm saying? Laws for servants, all that stuff is right there. So, again, there are so many resources out here. You got to just stop being so dang lazy and go out there and look. Google books on understanding Torah laws. These are all things you can do yourself. And I got to sit there and explain it to you. Again, I'm not the one asking questions to man. I look it up myself. You should be doing that. You should be doing that. If I can do it, you can do it. And this is the same individual these white folks be saying I'm low IQ and I don't know anything. Yet I speak Hebrew, write Hebrew, read Hebrew, know the scriptures, not just the Old Testament, not just the so-called New Testament, know the Apocrypha, know the books of wisdom, know this stuff. Not a single Christian can challenge anything I say. Not a single pastor. I give y'all more information than pastors, teachers, so-called certified, you know what I'm saying, instructors. You got these pastors out here with a damn certificate on their wall, and you think that they're who you need to go to understand the ways of the Most High. They're over telling you, get yourself right with so-called God. You need to get right with God, right? And then they still telling you to go eat some damn pork sandwiches in the freaking church kitchen. They still telling you the law's done away, and they telling you to get right with God. Foolishness. Straight foolishness, man. All right, I'm going to share one more scripture with you guys here, and I think that's going to be it. Isaiah. We did 55 already. Yeah, I did 55. Okay. That was all the scriptures. Let me check. Bro, I got so many books, y'all. This is crazy. When I say books, I'm just talking about like composition books, writing books. I mean, obviously, I have an extensive library on biblical stuff, but all right. All right, now let's go to Hebrews. I'm going to give you another preset. We're going to go to Hebrews 5, 12 through 14. Sometimes I think people misunderstand like my reaction to something. I think people think I was just this person. Some people were assuming that I was just being mean just to be mean. It has nothing to do with that, bro. It has nothing to do with that. If I keep on, you know what I'm saying, holding your hand through this walk, you will never get to know Yahusha. You will never be walking in the fullness of who Yahuwah is calling you to be if you're looking to man to help you get to him. You got to be seeking Yahusha for yourself. And that's what I'm trying to make clear here. If I didn't care, I would literally not be telling you to read the Bible. I would just tell you, don't worry about it. I'm pointing you to the scriptures and you're saying that's pride. You got too much pride to go look it up yourself. How about that? Did you consider that? You were too prideful to even seek it for yourself because you wanted me to just hand you the answers. Yeah, nigga, not doing that. This is Hebrews 5, and we're going to read 10 through 12. Actually, we'll start at verse 9. Actually, you know what? Let's start from verse 1. The perfect high priest. For every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men in things pertaining to Eluah, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sin. Who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way, for that he himself also is compassed with infirmity. And by reason hereof, he ought, as for the people, so also himself to offer for sins. And no man taketh this honor unto himself, but he that is called of Eluah, as was Aaron. So also Mashiach esteemed not himself to be made a high priest, but he that said unto him, you are my son, today have I begotten you. Also he said, also in another place, you are a priest after the order of Melchizedek, who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him, that was able to save him from death, and was heard, and that he feared. Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered, and being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him. Called of Eluah, a high priest after the order of Melchizedek, of whom we have many things to say and hard to be uttered, seeing you are dull of hearing. For when, now listen to this, verse 12. For when for the time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you, again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Eluah, and are not become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. Pay attention. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. All right. So you that are, you know what I'm saying, if you still have like a surface level understanding of scriptures, you're on the milk. You are a baby right now. You are a baby, especially if you just came into this. You're on the milk right now. But eventually, Yahuwah is expecting you to get off the milk and eat the meat. All right, let's keep going. But strong meat belongs to them that are full of age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. So we cannot stay on the milk. Yahuwah is expecting you to grow in him. Anybody still on the milk and they've been on this 6, 7, 8 years and still don't understand some things, you are not doing what he's calling you to do. You are not fully seeking him. And I get it. Sometimes you got your life to live. You got your job. You got your children. You got all of that. But you still need to be making some time for Yahuwah so you can grow in this. Y'all see my growth right here, right now, in front of everybody. Y'all seen how I was very embracing of the fallen seed, right? Before I understood the truth, I was very welcoming to the nations. Had some of them as moderators too. Right? It started with the grafting in thing and realizing they can't be grafted in. That was really like the start to me understanding to get to the point. It was like, it was almost like a phase, right? It was like a lead up. And that was a growth that you guys witnessed right in front of your eyes. Right in front of your eyes. All this time I have been preaching, yeah, the nations can be grafted in. Come on in, cleave to Jacob, right? I was that. Hey, you don't believe me? Go look at my old videos. Go look at them. All right. I was very welcoming to these other nations. If you think I'm hateful and I hate white people, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't love the children of Lucifer. But before I realized that precept in the Septuagint, because I started with the KJV, just like everybody else, I was so welcoming to them. And then I found out about the grafting in thing. And I had to pray about that first because I felt like it was going to take me down a different path than what I had been teaching on this channel, right? But I said, well, let me pray about it. I prayed about it. And I think for like 3 weeks, I did not post anything about it. Even though I mentioned it on other shows, I was like, I'm going to get to it. I just need to seek Yahuwah a little bit more so I can get the understanding and the context. I ended up dropping that video, right? Shortly after I dropped that video, I started to understand a little bit more about that. Actually, after I dropped that video, I felt like that led me into Fallen Angels and the Pale Rebellion. And then once I put that together, I realized, wait a minute here. So there's the children of Lucifer in Isaiah 14. And it says that the seed is going to be wiped out completely. And then it also says the same thing about Esau and about the Ammonites and these other Indo-European tribes. They're going to be wiped out. They are the ones that Yahuwah said, wipe out for good. Don't make marriages with them. So when I understood it, I was like, if Yahuwah said show no mercy to them and have no pity on them, why would I give a damn about them? Why would I love them? Why would I give a crap about them? They were meant to be wiped out for good. And so that's going to be what it is. Just like Amalek got to be wiped out for good. All these Indo-Europeans, they're going to all be wiped out for good. So no, salvation is not for everybody. John 3:16 is false. Right? I had to even come to that. Even when it comes to the renewed covenant, I had to decolonize my mind about my understanding of the renewed covenant. Yahusha said he does not pray for the world. And you're telling me he was sent to the world? That makes no sense. The resurrection of Hamashiach, there's 3 different accounts in the so-called New Testament. They add 11 to it. All of these things are things I've understood just in studying since I've been doing this. Yahusha telling us to pray for our enemies and turn the other cheek. 11 kamats. How the hell Yahusha gonna talk about eye for eye and blood for blood and then turn around and say pray for your enemies? That's goofy stuff. Eye for eye, blood for blood, that is a Torah precept. So you mean to tell me Yahusha starts out talking about the Torah and quoting the Torah, and then in the very next verse he changes his mind and adds something that was never in the Torah to begin with? Foolishness! Yahusha started out talking about Torah, and then in the very next verse, he literally adds something in that was never in the Torah to begin with. Come on, man. And this is what I'm saying. When you know Yahusha, when you know Yahuwah, you're going to, and you know the Torah, and you know the prophets, and you know the word enough, you're going to start to notice certain things that are off. My poor mother, I love her. She's waking up, but I was asking her about that verse. I was like, Mom, do you really believe Yahuwah laid it up on our forefathers to let our people know who are the oppressed? If we do not obey the slave master, we get 150 lashes. You think that's straight from the mouth of Yahuwah? She's like, well, Yexer, I think that people misunderstand it. I was like, no, Mom, that is leaven. Oh, shut up, Steven. Shut the hell up, bro. You have no idea. And I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who you are. You are that pale Mexican dude with the beard, you know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying, be all over Facebook, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. Just be quiet. Y'all are the fallen seed. That's why you look like your father, the devil. Pale skin, straight hair. There is nothing normal about that. That is a mutation. Pale skin, straight hair, melanoma, skin cancer, all of that stuff is a mutation. Everybody on this earth was melanated. The only reason why we got pale skinned people is because of the fallen angels and the fallen seed colonizing and mixing and creating hybrids. Y'all just can't handle the truth. Y'all see how these white people come in here? And I know he's white because he's pale as hell. I know exactly who he is. He came in here talking about, I love you, brother. I love you. And then he turns around and says this goofy stuff. You're just like your father, the devil. Well, you could say bye-bye because I'm not finna sit here and play these games with you. Take a permanent dirt nap. Anyway, he gone. So, you know, fam, it's just, I just wanted to say all this to say that we have to be very, 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 very careful about becoming too reliant on teachers and people who call themselves teachers or people who have channels who share information. And I could say that because, and this is just a personal thing for me. I've been rocking with Truth Unedited for years. For years, y'all. For years, I've been rocking with him. Matter of fact, that is the channel that woke me up to who I was. Obviously, Yahuwah woke me up, but those videos helped kind of get me to understand some things about us, right? Been rocking with him for years. But I started to notice at some point, his understanding of the scriptures were just all jacked up. And I realized he still is very Christian-minded. You know what I'm saying? And then, and it's like, at first, I didn't have an issue with it because I'm like, okay, well, he just got to come into understanding. Like, he was still saying God and Lord, you know, years ago, but I just overlooked it because I'm like, well, he knows the true names. I guess he's trying to help our people who are, you know, not fully awake to what's going on, right? I was cool with him until I personally talked to him. And when I saw what he was on, I lost a hell of a lot of respect for him. And I stopped watching him. I don't watch him anymore. And again, if I have a disagreement with you, that doesn't have to be a problem, right? I mean, we could disagree. It's okay. It's not an issue for people to disagree. I have no issue with that. Just like I had some people who disagree with me, what I said to that brother, because I was direct with him, right? But I don't hate them because they disagree with me. It's just like, well, I'm a man. I'm going to handle it the way I handle it. But I don't think I told him anything wrong. I just think I was clear, and I told him you need to get into that scripture and know the Bible a little bit better. I'm just saying. You got Yahuwah's name all in your name. You posting Yahuwah, Yahusha. Well, where's the fruits of that? Where's the fruits of your relationship? All right? People might say all these things about me. They might say I'm hateful. They might say I'm racist. They might say that, you know what I'm saying, I don't care about anybody else. But here's the thing. Here's the fruits of my work. Okay? Look at all these teachings I've done. That's the fruit of my labor in Yahuwah Yahusha. Look how well I speak of the, Abarit Lashon. That is the fruit of my labor. The fruit is why y'all come here. Shout out to y'all. So somebody claiming they know Yahuwah Yahusha, but don't even know how to do a quick navigation to the Torah and finding that precept. Yeah, man, the fruit ain't showing, bro. The fruit ain't showing. So I'm just trying to tell you to correct that. So you can be more represented, you can represent Yahuwah a little bit better. Because like I said, if people come to me and got questions, I got answers. I have no problem with showing y'all things and helping y'all with precepts, but you need to be able to get to that place where you can do it yourself. That's all I'm saying. I'm only saying it because it's my desire for our people to get in Yahuwah's will. And now I want to show y'all one more thing. Somebody also said, how do you post all this pro-black stuff and then be disrespectful to your own people? I was like, I don't even understand what I said that was disrespectful. See, y'all want me to sit there and be nice and coddle you and not, treat you as a human being and as a man. I never dehumanized you or anything. I just told you, get in that word and find it for yourself. You got to straighten up and fly right. Because at the end of the day, we all got to answer to Yahuwah. And 2/3 will be cut off. Do y'all think those who are seeking knowledge are going to be cut off? Or is it going to be the same people who reject knowledge? The people that seeking knowledge, are they going to be cut off? Or is it going to be the people who reject knowledge just as they did before? I'm not rejecting knowledge over here. I'm eating the knowledge. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I just got my little plate, bro. I'm just like, oh. I'm eating up the knowledge. I'm taking it. I'm consuming. And that's why I do so much writing, bro, because it's just, for me, writing is just something that is so natural to do. It's like if I see a verse I like or something that sticks out randomly just studying, I'm like, okay, let me write that down. Okay, let me bookmark that. Let me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just eating the word, man. I'm just eating the word, loving the truth. I'm feeling liberated through the truth. And like I said, bro, Yahuwah, listen, he wants his children to wake up. Sometimes, bro, some things are just as simple as asking Yahuwah to show you something. There's nothing wrong with going to him directly. And if he doesn't tell you right away, you need to be fasting and praying until he does. This is a personal relationship you are having with Abinu, our Father. I don't want to become a stumbling block because you respect me as a content creator or you respect me as a Yahudi vessel of Yahuwah to where you turn me into an idol. That personally would bother me because it's like, I've been trying to do everything to tell you the light of Yahusha and get you to trust in him and not me. But you respect me so much because of my personality or my music or whatever. And then you overlook that you're actually idolizing me in a way. That's why when people be talking trash about me and, talking about me behind my back, and then people, tell me, yo, this person said this about you, I'd be like, you know what? Don't even respond to it. Because what they're trying to do is turn the people against me. And if y'all gonna believe what they say with no proof, then go ahead and believe them. You feel what I'm saying? I've had people make videos about me. I have people slandering my name, saying all types of goofy stuff. And guess what? It doesn't slow down anything I do because I don't give a damn about man's approval. I don't. All right? If the whole world hates me, but Yahuwah approves, hey, I'm good. All I need is his approval. Man ain't getting me into the kingdom. Man ain't died for my sins unless it was Yahusha, right? Man does not have access to the book of life. So I don't really care about what people think. It doesn't matter to me. Personally, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm doing what Yahuwah needs me to do. And it's not for man to understand my assignment. It's for me to understand it so I can carry out the way Yahuwah wants it to be carried out. And so far, I think I've been doing a damn good job. All right. If you disagree, hey, you disagree. Feel free to disagree. It's okay to disagree. This is not a cult. Okay. I don't shame people because they disagree with me. You're allowed to disagree here. Okay. That's totally fine. I don't have an issue with that. We don't have to be like hive-minded people. You are allowed to be an independent thinker. But I can just say the fruit. The fruit is what to pay attention to. I've been humble. I've been very, very humble in this. I've corrected myself when I'm wrong. I've come to the nation and I've repented before Yahuwah. Okay? I'm here to encourage our people, to uplift our people, right? Here to bring out truth, reveal who your enemies are, make films and music and movies to help wake up the masses of our people. I've done so much. And I'm not saying that to boast. It's just I've really put a lot of effort into serving Yahuwah. And whenever people downplay that, it just kind of bothers me a little bit because it's like, it just seems less about thanking Yahuwah for waking his people and getting us back on one accord. It just seems like you just on some hater stuff. And I've dealt with like jealousy and haterism for so long, man. I in the world, like I wouldn't think that in the truth, there would still be this haterism going on. You know what I'm saying? Black women attacking other black sisters. You know what I'm saying? Brothers going after, you know what I'm saying, men's wives because of jealousy. You know what I'm saying? She a beautiful black woman and yo, black woman, she don't want nothing to do with you because you treat her bad. So now you want to take this man's wife? Come on, bro. We are a mess right now. We all are. You know what I'm saying? We all got to get ourselves together and get ourselves right. The question is, are you making a valiant effort to do that? Are you making a valiant effort for Yahuwah to reveal himself to you? Sometimes I think we make decisions based off of what we feel and we don't take it up with Yahuwah first. Just be careful about that because you don't want to be operating outside of his will for your life. That could put you in a dangerous place where you think you're hearing from him and you're not. And that's why you got all these false prophets out here. I even remember the whole Celeste thing. I was calling her out. I was saying this woman is a witch. Yeah, she might be an Israelite by blood, but she gives me witch vibes. Everything about her reminds me of a witch or, you know, a soothsayer or something like that. She makes a prophecy, doesn't come to pass. And as soon as I saw it didn't come to pass, I spoke out about it and I gave Deuteronomy 14. And people were saying, nah, man, she chosen by the Most High Yek. Don't be hating on her like that, man. You speaking against a prophet of the Most High God. I'm like, you still call him God? We definitely ain't on the same page, my nigga. But they was like, oh, you know, you speaking bad on a prophet. That's slander. And the Most High don't put up with that. I'm like, okay, well, in due time, y'all will see that she's not who she says she is. The prophecy didn't come to pass as she claimed. And then I posted Deuteronomy 14 about how a prophet's going to end up dead because they would be stoned according to Deuteronomy 14 if they were found to be a false prophet. And I said, all praises to the Most High for his mercy. Because if we was in the land, you know what her fate would be, right? So be careful who you follow. Be careful who calls themselves by titles, right? But they're still talking about Christ. They're still talking about God and the Lord. They're not telling our people, come back into covenant. Throw Christianity in the trash. Throw away that white supremacy, white Jesus trash. A prophet sent to our people ain't caring about what the heathens are talking about. They're not sent to the heathens. Every prophet was sent to our people only. Only us. So if your platform has a bunch of Gentiles on it and you talk to only Gentiles and specifically the children of Lucifer, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. If you coming to me in the name of the Lord, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You coming to me in the name of your Christian God, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. And if you coming in the name of JC, I definitely don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Yahuwah said he would remove these pagan names out of our mouths. And you're telling me that he sent you in the name of another deity? You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. And our people still look past these pagan names, the Lord and God and G-O-D and, you know what I'm saying, all this other stuff. And it's like they'll say, what I've noticed about our people who say Yahweh and Yahweh is they say those names, but then they still say the other pagan names to go along with it. The Most High God, Yahweh. Barak the Most High Yahweh. Bring it out, Ark. And God said, Esau have I hated, and Jacob I have loved, because these Edomites will be wiped out. Obadiah 1. Nah, I just be playing. I love our people, man, but all that military stuff y'all be doing is unnecessary. It really does seem like it's just for show. It just does seem like it's attention grabbing, and it seems less about ministry. I'm just going to be honest. When you're yelling at people and marching in the streets, I don't think that's how Yahusha would have it done. The Most High God said, and the Lord said. No, wait, I didn't do it right. And the Lord said. Yeah, but we got to do better, fam. Okay, listen, I'm here for you. If you need to reach out because you have a question, again, I am not attacking you if you do that. Okay, I'm here for you, but I just want you to make a valiant effort to look it up first on your own. And if you can't find the answers and you look into other places you can't find the answers, then by all means you can come to me. All right. But just make sure you did your due diligence first. Let me be your last resort. Let your so-called moray or your elder or your Ak in the truth, whatever, your sister, whatever. Let them be your last resort. Take it up with Yahuwah first. Pray to him. Or just, you know what I'm saying, pray, then Google it, and you'll probably find what you're looking for. I don't understand. We used to be so deep into, you know what I'm saying, Google and search engines, and now you got way more tools at your disposal, and now you don't want to look it up. That's wild, bro. That is crazy. But look, I love y'all. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna go. I have to be a little bit more direct now with our people, and it may not always come off in the most nicest way. But one thing I'll never do is hate my people. And I'll never say nothing to them because I'll never not say something to them because I care about them. Right? It's like when the children of Lucifer be in my comment section. I don't reply to those monkeys. They don't matter. You feel what I'm saying? They don't matter. They don't matter to me at all. They are the scum of the earth. So I have no reason to respond to them. Right? But my people, I have to, because I have an obligation as someone who's helping shepherd Yahusha's sheep. Just like, you know, the whole birthday disagreement thing. I gave scripture. I gave precepts. I saw our people still making excuses. Well, I have to dust off my feet and keep it moving. I will still be there for you. And I'll still tell you I love you. And I'll still support you and pray that, you know what I'm saying, you'll come into that understanding. But if you don't want to hear what I'm saying after I gave the precepts, this is not going to turn into a debate or argument. Just have to keep it moving. Maybe you'll come around at some point. I pray you will, right? And I pray that the Most High will continue to give me eyes to see, to be able to understand the scriptures and operate in the way that he's been able to operate through me. You know, I thank Yahuwah for everything he's been doing and pouring out his ruach upon our people teaching the truth the way it should be taught. Like I said, it's a lot of our people who are doing a lot of due diligence to serve Yahuwah, and I want to acknowledge our people who do. It's just some of our people who don't want to or think that they don't need to because they got TikTok education, or because they follow this person, or because they're subscribed to this person. I even remember, like, when I first started watching Truth Unedited, like, I was telling him, like, your video, this was back when I was an awakened Christian, right? I was telling him, like, yo, your videos really help with Bible study. And he was like, I appreciate that. But you need to be reading the Bible for yourself. And I was I was a babe in this because I was still a Christian, right? I hadn't waken up to us being Yasharal yet. He was right. He was right. I was not reading enough. I was too dependent upon his videos. And that was kind of a snare I have. So I'm guilty of this myself. I have to even be honest. Like in the beginning, I was kind of guilty of that myself. I was watching his videos and I thought that me watching his videos and writing things down and taking this information is somehow going to help me have a relationship with Yahuwah. And I realized it's not. So I would say to you in a humble way that I was once where you were. I was once kind of thinking if I just watch enough videos, I'll understand the Bible, but that's not how this is going to work. Yes, it's good to watch videos, but it's also important to be seeking Yahuwah for yourself. Using study guides. Like I said, you got multiple translations you can jump through. You know, if you got a phone, bro, you got all these different apps, Bible apps you can use that can switch the translation like it's nothing. I've got several different Bible apps. I got several different physical Bibles. You got all types of study aids. You got all types of how to, concordances and interlinears. You got all the tools, yo. You got all the tools. You just gonna have to spend some money, come out of your pocket. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to biblical stuff, bro, I'll spend any amount of money. When it comes to biblical stuff, bro, I am not frugal. I will spend any amount of $200, $300 for one Bible. If there was a Bible that had the Abari and had everything the way it's supposed to be, the Septuagint, all the apocryphal books, and it was $400, I'll pay it. Because I love the truth. Some people be like, oh, I don't want to get that Bible, man. That's $100. I don't want to spend that money. Then you don't really care about the truth then. Your heart is not on fire for Yahuwah the way mine is. There's nothing I won't do. If there's things in your life that you are not able to put aside for Yahuwah, even pagan holidays, pagan birthdays, jobs, your livelihood, what you have, that has become your idol. All right. And nothing should be your idol. Nothing is above Yahuwah. Idolatry is not just bowing down to a statue. Idolatry is putting something else over Yahuwah. Anything that takes place of Yahuwah, anything that is looked at as more important, anything you place above Yahuwah is an idol, whether it's a man, whether it's a woman. And I know us brothers, bro, we see a beautiful woman, bro. It's like, she looks so good, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You want to have it to yourself. You want to give her everything, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you turn that woman into an idol and she takes advantage of you because she know you a simp. So it's a lot of things that we have to be careful about. Even when you think about Samson, right? He had all this strength, bro. And this heathen woman manipulated this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, I told you physical strength don't mean nothing if you ain't got no backbone. She saw that she could get in that man's mind and she manipulated him to submit to her. And what happened? He was all laid up in the woman's lap, and she's over here cutting his dreads off. All strength but weak. Yexer, I'm really excited for those tracks you're going to make, and I pray you'll be able to distribute them to us so we can distribute them to the people. I want to use them for myself. Oh, shalom, sis. Yeah, the tracks. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I've been designing them, right? I was trying to find kind of like somewhere who could do it like for me professionally, but the ones I've seen is mostly like churches. And I am not I don't want to deal with heathens. I'm sorry. They're not going to be okay with me saying, hey, can you remove the name Jesus and put the name Yahusha? So I'm doing them from scratch myself. I'm printing them out right now and I'm designing some more things. I think once I get them up, I'll have like a variety, because remember how I said I was just going to add one by one. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put up the site. I'm going to collect you guys orders from the site, and I'm going to just ship them from this undisclosed location I got. There's like this little never mind. I ain't going to say too much. Undisclosed location. I can ship them from there to your house. I just have to put up a form so I can get your get your information so I can send them to you. And like I said, you'll be able to buy them in bulk. So I need to at least design about 6 or 7 designs before I feel comfortable putting it up, getting them printed and so on and so forth. I got to host a website to get it done. Like I said, once everything is put together, I will definitely let you guys know. It's just a lot of work because I'm doing the lamb that was lynched. Then I'm doing that. Then I'm working on some other things. It's a lot. So, bear with me. I was talking to one of our brothers. Shout out to Pastor Page. He has a ministry in Africa. And he said he can probably put me in touch with some of our people on the continent that run some of these orphanages. Because, listen, our people in Africa, bro, they really need the truth. They really do. I don't think y'all know what some of our people are dealing with in the continent, but they definitely need the truth as well. So, and they're eager for the truth as well. So I'm figuring some things out. I think I'm just going to probably just, like I said, put them together myself. I already have some designs that I've been making. But yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. All right, man, that's it, y'all. Study to show yourself approved. Study to show yourself approved. A person cannot operate in the knowledge of the Ruach HaKodesh unless they have submitted to Yahuwah. He can only use you when you have submitted yourself to him. And that just takes humility and a desire to know him, a desire to operate in the Ruach HaKodesh, a desire to be an open vessel for his great works to manifest through us. That's the only advice I can give you, because that's how I came into this. Just wanting to know Yahuwah. Like I said, I didn't know about the whole teaching thing. I just came in just genuinely wanting to serve the highest. After all the Christianity, the lies, the JC, never knowing the Most High, thinking I know the Most High, and it's just Christian stuff. I was just genuinely wanting to serve the Most High. I felt like I owed it to him. Like I said, after what our ancestors did to Yahuwah, I owe that to him. You feel me? So that's it. All right, bro. Love y'all. All praises to the Most High. I'm going to just jump off of here and jump back into editing the lamb that was lynched. Bro, it looks so amazing. The quality is so good. I'm working on like a trailer for it. I might release a trailer, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do a trailer. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I've just been spending a lot of time editing this. So I probably won't really be going live like throughout the week right now until I'm done with it. I'm almost done with editing it, actually. Once I'm done with it, then I'm going to just finish up the album and I'm going to drop a release date. I don't have a release date yet, but it'll definitely be on a Friday. Let's see here. I want to drop it this year. Let's see. It's October 28th today. I'm thinking like December. Even if the album is done and the documentary is finished, I'm thinking around the very winter time is what I'm feeling for this one. So, maybe it could be before that or something. I only got so I have 9 songs, 10 songs, 9 songs. I got 9 songs for it. And I'm going to end up doing 12 songs. 12 tribes of Israel, Yasharal, 12 disciples, going back to Hamashiach. You know what I'm saying? So 12 tracks, full album, DVD, Blu-ray, you know what I'm saying? All of that. So, yeah. So I'm going to get back off of here, man. But I just want to come on here and say that because people just be misunderstanding me. And, I just sometimes I have to set things right because people just twist things all the time. It doesn't make me non-pro-black to tell my people the truth and tell them something they don't want to hear. Okay? That does not make me non-pro-black, nigga. I love my woman. I'm going to tell her the truth too. And she loves me enough to respect and listen to what I'm saying. All right? Y'all got to be the same way. Nobody is above correction, including myself. Because what? I'm just a man. All right? I am not supernatural. I am not Yahusha. I am not the lamb without blemish. I am just a man, a Yahudi brother in the nation with y'all. And I'm still seeking Yahuwah daily. And there's still so more. And the thing is, y'all have to understand that there's still so much more Yahuwah will reveal in his time. So there's a lot of things that we still don't know yet, including myself. There's things I don't know. There's things you don't know, right? Enoch 106 was just recently kind of came into our grasps. That Enoch 106 reveals the fallen pale seed were white. It reveals what Enoch 105 talks about in the Sefer. We just didn't have that scroll, but now we do. So that brings out more truth that we needed to know about the fallen seed. So all I say is just be patient and just let Yahuwah deal with you and pour out his Ruach and reveal things to in his time. Just make sure you are exhausting every effort to serve him and ask him to reveal himself to you. Learn to Google things, learn to look things up, learn to, look at books, PDF documents, just start doing more research as I do. And it's a fun thing for me personally. I just enjoy research. Because I love it when people be trying to disprove me. And I'm like, but what about this? You saying all these sources aren't credible? Yeah, that's just you denying the truth. But I'm known for receipts. So, all praises to the Most High. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Barak Yahuwah. Fast and pray during October 31st against the darkness and for the children. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, Halloween is coming right up. It's this Friday. Okay. Well, we'll be doing a show this Friday, and fasting is a good idea, Ak. If you feel led to. Me personally, I used to kind of fast on Shabbat from time to time because it's not. I've heard people say it's a sin to fast on Shabbat. It is not. Yahusha fasted 40 days and 40 nights. He missed several Shabbats. And he wasn't eating. It's not a sin to fast on Shabbat, okay? I mean, I remember one year, Day of Atonement landed on I think it was like the day before Shabbat. So the Day of Atonement, fasted on that day, and then the Friday, and then the Shabbat. And I just ended up fasting the way through it. So it's not a sin. Now, I know Jubilees, the book of Jubilees does say that if a person is to fast on Shabbat, they shall surely die. But there is no precept for that in the Torah. So I just have to kind of cast it aside because if there's no Torah precept for that, I mean, what you gonna do? And then the Day of Atonement itself is literally a high Shabbat. So if you're fasting on a high Shabbat, which is essentially very, very important when it comes to feast days, I don't understand why the weekly Shabbat, the person wouldn't fast. That's not work, and that's not a sin. All right? So if you want to fast on Friday for, Shabbat or whatever, going into the pagan holiday of Halloween, and I'm saying do what you feel led to do. I probably will just because, spiritual wickedness in high places, the activity of the wicked is increased. So, yeah, I mean, you gotta strengthen that spiritual armor for real. All right, y'all, that's it, man. I'm going to get back to working on this. I'll see y'all on the next one. Shalom.
Yeah, whoa, yeah, ay, look, yeah. All esteem to your Ua, ay. He the highest, the allure, ay. Baruch Shamka, Yahuwah is the highest, Ua Lua Heka. Look, yo, I'm living out the Torah, ay, yeah. Ay, it's lit like menorah, ay, yeah. Alam Barak Hasham, Kakabur Abinu, yeah, my trust is in him. Yahusha HaMashiach, he the land that was lynched. he the land that was lynched. Yahushua HaMashiach, he the land that was lynched. He's hung from a tree of oppression, making more sense. Yahushua HaMashiach died a black man's death. The Romans want him dead cause he stood as a threat. Yahushua HaMashiach died a black man's death. The lamb that was lynched cause he stood as a threat. All esteem to Yahuwah, ayy. He the highest, the allure, ayy. Baruch Shamka, Yahuwah is the highest, U'alua Heka. All esteem to Yahuwah, ayy. He the highest, the allure, ayy. Baruch Shamka, Yahuwah is the highest, U'alua Heka.
Hey, Exer.